If you're in your journal era, you know the feeling. You buy a gorgeous new notebook or productivity card system only to realize you have no idea how to actually use it. Suddenly you feel like you need to invent an entire new journaling method just to justify the purchase. I wish I had a magic solution for you, but what I do have is the systems that work for me. And yes, it may look like a lot at the beginning, but having multiple journals, each serving a unique function, has been transformational in my thinking life. In this video, I'm going to talk you through my multi-journal system and show you how you can better think with pen and paper. Personal productivity with pen and paper is something I enjoy thoroughly. When I need to think deeply about goals, milestones, or creative outcomes, I want zero distractions. That's where the pen and paper win every time. There's no notifications, no dings, no reels to keep me distracted. And that's why I created this journal. It's called Sonel. It's my productivity journal, and it's built on the system called the 1, 2, 3, 4 method. And it uses quarterly timeframes to maintain long-term focus. Each week starts with the drop lists for your goals. After that comes a 5 structured work days with the QPDF format. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4 method repackaged. Q is for quick tasks, P is for personal and admin tasks, D is for the deep work, and F is for I said F-U-N. It's not a bad word. This is color coded, it's visual, and it shows me exactly where I am overextended. At one point I noticed I had a surplus of dots in the blue deep work zone, and my nervous system was trying to earn validation through overwork, and I realized to combat this, I need to put more dots in the zone. Again, not a bad word. This system has helped me pause to remind myself that fun isn't frivolous and self-care isn't selfish. I'm someone with type 2 inattentive ADHD, and I realized that skipping the green zones, those personal maintenance, cleaning, and restful tasks were not doing me any better. And it showed me that when I can balance my tasks between these 4 zones, I am balancing my life work. Oh, and Sundays, totally skip them. Why? Because we wanted to build in a 24-hour Sabbath. No planning, no logging, just rest, hobbies, and self-care. So I'll announce how to get a Sonel in the future, but for now, this isn't a sales pitch. You don't need to buy anything to belong here on this channel. I'm just deeply grateful for the journaling community here on YouTube, and it has really helped me restore my creativity, and I want to share that work with you. This is my second system, and this is essentially a health tracker. This was my main bullet journal. This is a Lectherm 1917. It is in the A5 size. I use this journal to monitor my health patterns and routines, and it's where I can catch slippage early. This Lectherm 1917 has top tier paper quality. It's like 120 GSM. There's no bleed through, even with fountain pens, and you know how they behave. They're pretty gnarly sometimes. And I've been loving the Dragrafil pen, also by Lectherm. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it writes like a dream. And if you want a budget alternative, the Muji 0.7 ballpoint is a $4 miracle. The Lectherm Dragrafil is like $40, so you might want to take it easy on the wallet and go the Muji route. This next journal is a bit of morning pages, but it's my way. This journal is part streams of consciousness, part prayer, part doodle book. It's filled with cats, ghosts, and cracked out pigeons, and a couple of self-portraits. And you might be thinking I'm crazy, but it's a way of shaking out my thoughts before I begin the day. It's like the stretch and shake out before a workout or a run. And the reason that I do this is because it helps me get in the zone. When I'm drawing, putting art to words, I feel this creative spark inside of me. And it's something that you should try. It's something I do before I get into my deep work, and it has changed the game for my focus. This next one is kind of weird. It's Thinkable OS. It's creative workflows with index cards. And I really want to talk about this one because this is bizarre. Thinkable OS is by Sanjeev Surpal. He is behind the brand getthinkable.com. And I stumbled upon this because of an Instagram ad. And this became one of my favorite systems. It's a bit inspired by Zettelkasten, but it's infused with aesthetics and spatial design. Thinkable OS uses index cards to hold and organize creative ideas, and it invites this slow thinking, connecting concepts across domain, and a flow state because you're drawing. And I use this for brainstorming my PDFs, I'm building learning modules, and I'm drafting video ideas. So if you want to try this, Sanjeev has a free email course. I'm going to link it in the description. I love it because one, it is beautiful, but two, it is deeply helpful to help you organize your thoughts in three-dimensional space. Looking at these cards makes me feel so good. This one is simple. This is a 5-year journal, and it's one short entry per day reflecting over 5 years. And the magic is seeing your emotional arc, your growth patterns, and how your story unfolds in cycles. It's not about tasks, it's about time and meaning. And I either do this in the very beginning of my day or at the end of the night. And what I have found is that putting my story to paper over 5 years helps me stay grounded. This next 2 journals are a little weird. They're spiritual and narrative journals. They serve like deeper thinking when it comes to narrative, not just a paragraph. The yellow soft cover is a Lectherm 1917 B6+, and it's for meditations, scriptures, and some metaphysical ideas. The second one is what I call my Story Better journal, and this combines internal narrative tools, personal milestones, and it's hidden with sticky notes and big ideas and playful thoughts. These help keep me grounded. They're less structured, they're more organic. I don't touch them often, but when I do, I'm going there for a specific purpose. If it's something in the Christian context for religion or Buddhism, or if it's something about my own personal story that I want to develop deeper, I go to these journals. Next is a Commonplace Book for philosophy. This is where I started to realize I don't know philosophy like I thought I did. This is my Colson Keen leather folio, and inside 2 moleskin cahiers, and this is my space for studying philosophy. I use a thesis, antithesis, synthesis method to break down these concepts, and it started with teleology from Adlerian psychology, and this led to James Woods, Hobbes, Kant, Hahn, Heidegger, and Sartre, and I started to pull contrasting ideas from all sorts of places. When it comes to philosophy, one of the best things that you can do for your own mind and your own body and your own existence in this world is to see what other great thinkers have thought, because you're going to see a perspective that you might agree with, but you have to go find that other perspective that disagrees with it. And from those 2 things, you can mold them together, take the best parts, and create something new. This is called synthesis thinking. So this journal, while it is fairly new and it is filled with philosophy, it has helped shape my worldview in such a short amount of time. I hope this video gives you ideas, techniques, and even permission to explore a new journaling style, whether it's structured productivity, whimsical doodles, drawing in a space to tell your story, or tracking your growth with cards and finding focus. This is so important because we live in such a hyper-distracted world. If you made it this far to the end of this video, consider subscribing. The vibes here are about productivity, but doing it in a human way that is attached to your story. This channel is for people who love pen, paper, productivity, philosophy, and better storytelling. Hey, thanks for watching. Until next time, I hope you tell the world a better story. Peace.